Well, because I'm going to Jaso Jumedia, so we're live on OK 101.7 FM. So you're live on NASPA Radio, you're live on King's Jersey Radio, you're live, you're High Life Radio, Adam Papa Media, and yes, I live to Megatu FM, it will to me. Ahaya, but when you say had OK 101.7 FM, Vim lady name. Nene said, no, yeah, Ofori Attah, they say, say, you, say, I don't know, just say. He's in big trouble. Former finance minister Ofori Attah, big trouble over just almost 100 charges. Enna, yeah, the abono na OSP said the Office of Special Prosecutor. No. Just say I'm prosecuting a year friends and Ofori Attah when you're convicted no cry. Hey, OSP, Radin Yankopon. OSP. Allah, the OSP, the young Crawford, oh, omo da jail crank because hey, enye easy o. The OSP Albert Town, hey. Office of Special Prosecutor, but eno na ma hu say, ye nyina na ye ma OSP pressure, including me yi me hu free me ka ho pa na ye OSP. Jai na onipa bi a ogidi say wo issue against the pakro you can find a reasonable cause to charge the person and charge nipa no na ye nyina ye hu ye ho ano no. So OSP who say no, we dey anya say charge keke or charge am we kisho say charge bia kwa do bia o de bebo obi bia o de be court. This is a winnable case e court. Enye winnable on touch because OSP ensusu we dey say charge hu macho ankasa enya asem kweta na say the way OSP aye ade no so no utumu say said the first no na the big crowd we crowd utumu say America for na yes ye chi obi a na ya ma mark shot ya ma mark shot na ye de be ma no no na mo publish it because enya Ghana na ye chi obi a when the person is a suspect no because of the presumption of innocence intino ye mfa nipa na anim kra ma America for the almost law here promote presumption of innocence or criminal law but say the omudu photo beba. This is like officially they have been able to establish reasonable cause, probable cause against you. The better photo near the waba. I think to a large extent, and also your kwanya obefa so a be preventable because OSP yes alutu mum we at least yeah more pressure say court now you have shown say you are ready to prosecute inti OSP they say the can say the other cases over fire be on my in the middle of the day case no case this one you must give all of us updates every day to the end. Other cases so I was starting and they say you must give us updates to the end because this is one of the just say about I see Ofori Attah case still Interpol no more clarify but this is about 100 charges when you know Ofori Attah case no 100 charges and no about a year first Ofori Attah about 100 charges now before Ofori Attah beka so defending no why 100 no the man the anya ye kra at least 4 be 5 be the beche no almost 100 charges. Now, like question the charge sheet in Bahas, you better lawyer Aban Sube join here. So he will be explaining to us issues in now. But it just say charges about 100 charges. Now where they defend it. But say the criminal law no you Ofori Attah nko onipe bia we Ghana ni you better no. A man and say you are innocent until proven guilty. And that's why say OSP I charge you Ofori Attah no still man share OSP say Ofori Attah innocent until say obetimi proving the case ni nyina e wo court say ane first Ofori Attah is guilty. Now let me read to you part of the charges. Republic versus Kenneth Nanaya Ofori Attah and as that so and this is where Adiani is very interesting because nipa na akana ya charge o maka Ofori Attah the way ya do mu nyina photos abobo mo me say forever and ever say photos will be online. And obi a woka ho bibia wo ma wo nana no mo they will just say me see the OSP aye no ho more than a conviction o sa photo match shots na ye twetwa nkrofo no chance a convict omo because obi a ba wo nana o dey obi a ba be hu say na nya papa na ni photo da ho no enya papa na nanim wo hey this is it mama nchire mo this is the photo This is it. Penifo na ya chi omu nyina no hwe, omu na omu da hoyi. Na wa wo papa wo mu a, osofo kra kan ho. Osofo kra kan ya chi no. Hey. Ofori Attah we de black onyumi na e wo se nke ye boni sesi a, asembe bo asembe ba. Ofori Attah de asembe bo asembe o de asem na bakra dada. Hey. Enkofo papa no mo e no photo da ho no official mark shot from Office of Special Prosecutor. Anti Special Prosecutor why are there? Anti Republic versus Kenneth Nanayo Ofori Attah and 7 others. But who say because Ofori Attah is the former finance minister Ntino ono ne kese big fish a owum. Anti nye charges eketwa. And nye charges a obi beka say sweeping charges ya. Ukodu court wa no. Obeye yi. I think the strategy ya Office of Special Prosecutor no person adopting say the more charges will be piled, the more it will be difficult for you to come and prove your innocence. But you see, criminal law, muno, any defendant now watching out in a Bejina court, you know also proving the innocence. There be Ghana Muramuno. So be what charge you be or criminal law more. A 1 hour in the Panacodina court, the man is also proving beyond reasonable doubt. But hey, yes, you only friendly better boa, no nimdian 9 aginaso. And you know, say before OSP this because I said when they were come back and forth, not to say OSP. What to boy eduma? What to boy eduma no dear Drew say no. And we will go into the issue. But let me read just a quick portion of charge. You know, say a Republic versus Ofori Attah and 7 others. We 7 others here. And as Dakon Akori, Imano Kofinti, Amisha Dai, Owusu Amwa, Isaac Cransel, Kwedo Damwa, Sebs. Customs papa penny no military officer Canada mon no what esro hono I think all right to show no da hono no Canada mo no Evans edu say strategic mobilization limited SML mo no mo the center of contract we are ina bano or second to a statement of offense conspiracy to commit criminal offense or directly or indirectly influencing procurement process to obtain an unfair advantage in the award of a procurement contract. The conspiracy just a warning crop why you can't bro for the conspiracy now as a channel lawyer question or beba conspiracy just a warning crop why you can't that's all. Make my wife go baby conspiracy and say for your turning crop why you can't so I'm award the contract on SML for no advantage then the first child conspiracy so an anti alone any charge be and a count because there's a substantive offense a just a why boni be. After second one Nana Ofori Attah 66 years in your position as Minister of Finance you and Emmanuel Kofinti on also 66 years in your position as Acting Commissioner General of Revenue Authority and with Ivan Sedu saying 62 years beneficial Chief Executive Officer I'm looking for the charge now because I just say okay, let me see the other charges. 80. I mean, come back. I have the whole charge sheet. No, I don't know why. Okay, go there. I'll come back and read out the other charges. But just say 60. It just say almost 100 charges. The TB of Ofori Attah and Niti Kekan, Niti Ekekan. Intina, me just a lawyer ban beba because lawyer question the had that. Now lawyer ban for because on our work the old school. Wisconsin or Chiradi, I wanted him partner answer na yako but asem no Ghana ehu ene nyina nim say corruption charges dey can ho asem na obi aye word make I say na no finance minister dey budget ekoto dwa no budget na nka sakra no omo position so omo dey ahe sika ma me hwe enye sika keto 1.75 billion ekwa kohye agric mu na this is asem we minim say finance minister na no asem aye kan wo ha no wetie because just last 2 weeks so said then and I'm many panelists near cancer Ghana. They never again should we allow Ghana Mananti and Mabawa so mbeko military recruitment on Beko Ako. Now ye ma 6 Ako just like that because you many and Anna make us say ye sika kakrani to me fa and the cocoa plantation, banche plantation, entos plantation, bordia plantation. Jene plantation and from place uko even agogo asase kakakada yeji edua bayre dambai enkwanta krachi east krachi west and sasi guo no ma yedi dua bayre e wo sa aban ne gitum so ono abaye state farms na se asika no de bi tua boys and girls ne kasa busumi bi ebe ma 3000 busumi bi ebe ma 5000 ye mfa nko je bayre ne enua bayre ye agintos agogo ye dua agogo body ye dua agogo. This is minimum and no I say at force no or say 1.7 billion Ghana cities omo di ni nyina share agric mu, but I think even they can bring more money. Na ke fan share agric mu na mrantie ne maba ni bi nya adwuma because Ghana he oti media house bi aso o discuss job creation ma hu here. Ghana for na de bi NDC MPP politics nko an ye fan didi atem da bi. Every day that we are discussing about job creation, was saying here because our corruption money here conquer for bottom no. Every day be a better hand masagle media pay. Na aye na NDC ni MPP na nkofa form ho adi. Na aye na SML contract pay na aye na sa na nkofa form ho adi. ECG na aye no NDC ni MPP pay na aye na nkofa adi. Say aye ni say anka beboa. Yem first yen digi say scan na nfa nkocha agric mu. Ni yemfo mo ye youth no nyesa ade keka kono. Me say ebe kakra youth no be chi yem penifo na re. Ombechi penifo na re pa because there's nothing that we are giving them. Inti yebema lawyer say we will look at OSP charges now or the ban because I know the was here explaining che Ghana for na mu nyina amutie no so mahunu say lo Ghana no emra o no ye ne yemfa mra ne nya adwuma Ghana emra ne de bi wo ha pa but yemfa nya adwuma because o man ye aboro ye de chance ye be ya de e be boa o man no ebenya ho mfaso da bi aboro ne be yie na ye de be ye manfo no wo enu mom ye de chance ye be boa aboa especially youth no. Because look at the youth. We are not giving them anything. And the youth in number battery. Ebi na nano e 4S4 Captain Planet guy ko kan ye. Yes tidal wave because she draw so pan na Ghana for ma ba wa o ma hyede akọ. Edwani wo enti ofo say just wa dane no sa hya wo se den ansa na wanya adwuma. Hwe adwuma ni ho. Enti the girls are ready so be raw mo draws. E the upper boys. Adwuma wo ho a abrochire adwuma we McDonald's so kra me ba ko ma po ma ye adwuma McDonald's. In 1 hour, McDonald's to come on to no. Hourly minimum wage cry na kwala no go school or college. And so oye McDonald's. Now ka sen ka McDonald's so fia bi o Ghana kra ko 4 year adwuma. E je bi a 10 Ghana cedis an hour. We dey even say onye man a 50 Ghana cedis a day cry now there. Say minimum wage no body entua minimum wage cry man. Ka hwan na be kwa kwa woro no fo so o ko tidal wave. Hwan na be kwa kwa woro ne sebi ne tumu. Say mrantie mehwe no. Because osa hours na ukodi or tidal dwene ho hours sika obeje. But this is what we have turned our youth into. Ya ye maba wa ne mrantie no so that just wa woro no do so. Ansa do wanya de obedie. Just a bema bi de akowo mama na brochefo so take advantage. Twa send me. Ba onemu kakra. Da no ho kakra change your style. And ya dane ye guess no puppet. The bia be ko TikTok no ge bi run ahwene. Ge bi run a draw. This is the nation is Mr. Ghana ya kesi e ho. The idea it is a curse unto the nation because yen creative jobs, your creative jobs again be anyone ma or in a TikTok say or run home. Who are that the wrong? Me ababa wa so in 1920. Na me ye dwuma students stringa ye ntua but allowance kakra PMP o trust story kakra na e ba middle page ba yi kra PMP Mr. Vanda papa ndie yakobon sha papa no me who say me di 18 on the first person or G a year first snit number the mommy. I was not even said your former automatic snit or J mommy. Mr. Vanderpoy PMP my former boss and or J mommy. Now me as I had that time now made it mean the 25 for crown. Ah me what a snit a number no okay say me wada just say me ko jimi me ho Debbie papa no G a number snit mommy. Me ko dina court me free tema na ma ko committee one court ebi one ma Kofodia court asese wa court Akrade court Senche court na me na manya krobo yellow krobo adan court me ko report me de bana me nya even inside story cry ye ba ma me 50 Ghana ye ba ma me 100 Ghana eno na me de fro car ekoba nti ye bibi cry ye student employment Ghana, ye youth be one of my just what call running draws for TikTok. It is an eyesore. By any ye pushy a man telling my bar one that will because of them will be 50 Ghana, cry, 100 Ghana, or you're ready to be running draws. Yang the nation, it is on the heads. That may say girls, your move 60, their blood is on the heads of your leaders in now. Yang and your money, yeah. Yang America, and the UK, but at least you're sunny at your kakra, check their Tory and Wabokina. Tradia Tory and Wabokina. Inti no. Which that man camera no off. On na me train no, but I'm say why you busy because no be kwa kochira de. Inti yan to ansem no so for yata issue no and I a big issue no. nti ochina uko uzo papa bi da board wa na so papa no a no ya charge no na ne photo ebo misi photo we say yan convict obi akwa the photos will be on just say be a sue for malicious prosecution which I know so very difficult for malicious prosecution also wo multi papa this is just your friend me bim lady yen to ansem no so na afa ye mo enkomo no la kwesi mama good evening ni akwaba
good evening obi aba na apomwe
aduma akwa unia la aba ne mba ye ti ye shabat unim na no o Monday o ba ha no nsema o ka na trendy o wate o ko ka say jump den university
enukra na me be sha ase ma surprise wo ne Ghana fo nyinan say asamo kesi a wakofa ben and first of all as a preamble no if you me fan to just say me ne o dear show you dear we are regular attendant de bia me ne o mienu show we appear on it and you fan to record so say years ago when you even came on me fan say media house here who was say many first person who hosted me that one was even in Brandon Sisen.
yeah UTV yes
I'm putting it across so that obi in kase many umienu Professor Jampo issue inti and yabaya interview and we are always on the show and Miss Fan to just say we show no a current affairs show every day in the ACPR and the crowd bebre so it has nothing to do with MPP and NDC. What may I say? The issues that come up on daily basis, on weekly basis, and known also you try to create a platform for experts to educate Ghanaians. And I was who used to legal background, experience in the media, and so many years in the media landscape of Ghana to also let Ghana benefit from the resources, human resources that you possess as an individual. Me follow through comment be ibi mu fi say anko ya mo no mu fi say agenda na wo set but topics are who raise on daily basis
say jump okra no me o madam for dada
so many years ago
madam for dada
to bombshell me surprise wo ne Ghana for you I should have discussed with you me use platform here so wo na we dey pam no twa no me retract the peaceful cancer advice Medema Professor Jampon. And my withdraw what may I say?
My advice.
Advice on my withdraw. What may I say? Yes, my advices are peaceful and harmless advice. Meaning Ghana for China, they will be surprised. But I'm doing that because I'm saying foremost, some people didn't even appreciate the advice. If he said, maybe my wrong advice, even though from the media landscape, mkrofo bebre, I follow no fee said, a sound counsel, sound piece of advice, in Kababua or no near my munina. Auntie, if you are 3 days to cram by you, and so the way I don't know, we are already. What may I say? I fair to say, can you to me sweep under the carpet? All these things wouldn't have happened.
The issue is that can say sweeping under the carpet and now go fire upset say boy bonnie.
That is the issue. I see the same me kind of me penasem. What may I say? Aha, and I mema that advice. If you move fees my condemn no cry you get the point, which is never so. And I be also no I know, sir, you will take it up maybe in the course of the show, but your platform to when we come, a very big platform. We are in 80. So we want your listeners, your viewers to know, sir, we use the platform to inform, to educate very well, okay? On your show, no, we did the education. But because, cut and paste ninety, you couldn't bring the whole full video, no? And yes. Portion kakre bi na ba ya na ye ka say nkwala sa nkwada aspect no. May use your platform to explain in detail say Ghana ha no your local language, I we use some in context. Papa ne ka say profile di nkwada utimi ase. And I remember your explanation say sometimes contextually, okay, you can't nkwada so we adwuma mu kura na wo workers we already 40 years, 30 years, 50 kura. Utimi ka say oh me nkwada no. Utimi
Oh,
ase.
explaining a hono crown so can ho.
Aha, me explaining. But if you more sinitiasi, say nkwalani means say underage for. Did you get the point? Ahana me explaining class university for no sabi. And
Omo ye
underage for baby in aha. But once you're a lecturer and then you have student, you're from nkwada teacher ni bia wo student no wo twi mu no ye nka say me student. What me I say? You got me nkwada. Aha, coming from that context. Omumi
the
ni so
generic
nya
comment. Any age limit, a generic.
dabi. Especially when both of them are also lecturers. Both of them are also lecturers. And I call by so no, ye so say some video nankasa no. It wasn't even on TV3 platform. What me I say? In the way no ukoye legal issues kurampo na it has no leg. Where's your new way? That day, now we trim my about so bad my pian koso. No, we said now we went from video no dada. Send me video now. In Kahono, so I would have addressed it because we my first some more Emma TV3 as a media house, but rather some elements, staff members within
Obi
TV3.
na drop it a video, not TV3
Yes,
as an official.
exactly. And a nipa na ye mistake. Me and my investigation who said nipa no answer key person within TV3.
Okay.
What do you mean? And nobody instructed him. Man who said in our discourse on some blame TV3. In this case, it wasn't part of the key point show.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, which shouldn't have even become an issue. Because nipa no linky information, the doctor didn't intend whatever happened. Both Professor Jampo and then Dr. Dunphy, their intentions weren't meant to say whatever they were saying should come public. And your more private matters. What may I say?
Okay.
And TV3 as a media house also didn't intentionally, bring that one out.
Okay.
So that
did I just say the permission shoot, and to me, successful because there was no publication on the part
exactly.
of okay.
Exactly. Now, for defamation to be successful, also medium no use is very important. What may I say? Osha almost a platform no use no. Only use the same platform to retract. Do you get it? Platform, there wasn't any platform created by TV3. Almost platform no was key point. What may I say? And away no, a worker on play key role with TV3 the private recording and Nipanankasa.
Okay.
And in this case, you don't even know who did the recording. So how can you use the same medium to even apologize or whatever? Ebi also no. They stated 24 hours. And even if the platform was there, which is the key point program is done weekly, every week. Wow. In 24 hours, Kurana, it is not up to the 1 week for him to use the same ambassador for TV3 to But I just want to state it in categorical terms. Said, we show you started over decade, 2 decades in air running from so many places, and I would have be and I addressing issues be ministers be afa some MPs be afa some and more topic new ones but near say agenda no me I don't even understand them.
I know
Because because as of last year, yen say na do aban na also. 2 years ago, Nanado Aban. And so Antifia will show you na de bia ye also. And also crown almost say agenda na. Aban for so abaso. And also agenda. And we want Ghanaians to know, say, Omuma nkrofo enya liberty, the free will to also talk about issues. When people who have the technical know-how, the knowledge to help the governance system, to help in the social discourse, using their background, their expertise anyway. Yeah. At a point, we are treading on a very dangerous path. We will not have anybody to talk about issues, because the moment you talk about issues, they expect you to speak 100% to favor only the government. Yeah, the government of the day. If you go and speak 90%, 10% no crowd, they will come after you. If in the discussion for fair, you think Ekaya and Cap of the Jampo, Adi, Omun, Enfra from Omo resolve. And so still, if you want to Omo, and until I imagine so, now I draw me good counsel now. Me, I see it as a good counsel. His followers also see it elsewhere.
Your friends say advice more demand. What your advice?
Married draw for the time being. Married draw. Obafakra, it should come from himself, not coming from me anymore. What me I say? I want it to be on record. So, as a lawyer, no, I know what I'm talking about. Me person will be able to put me say me my advice na the problem we have by abre obi. What me I say? And then I withdraw me advice now me demand. So we share parliamentary vetting show omo na say any parliamentary proceedings are. When so obi can baby obi raise issue pet no omo say okay then let's expunge it from the records. What me I say?
Yes.
Because we don't want it to be on record. Now I do not want it to be on record say Makoma Professor Jampo advice says it. No be a sumbo. And I know say it should be a some will support, some will be against. Do you get my point? I know those who are in support say a good advice will be disappointed. But for now, I think this is what will help me, you and your platform also. What me I say. Now omo trouble me no. Omo die and say nyame nshira omo. But
I don't know that me kind comments I mean said that because me jump no comment no kan no jump. Minim na
papa. Ono asokra betu bi egu mframa mo minim say indirectly no.
Anya woni ni free support.
Yes, yeah, na say Legon community nti we are party. We wahu the aspect in say ono so in endra as ene ono so e be jaya egu mframa mo say some people have been paid. What me I say? Or rented. Have been paid.
Have they been paid? It's not possible.
That is the issue.
Because he feels that this is an attack on his person. So I can understand
exactly.
that. But advice, they are genuinely wants to give you free advice. Look, even me as a media person, I was like, don't tread on this ground. This is a dangerous ground.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And especially issues about sex, dear, who enjoy now for free or fine. But on the end of crown is not it's got nothing to do with it has nothing to do with say when you be a allegation say omo ne no yet twist no echo further a criminal in nature say on you obida no man grade. Do you get it? Which is higher than obia on you obia koda keke. Niema na yet dangerous and they say when you be koda now also okay say nipa no wenya F kra mema ni A and mema ni B. And nothing BBC so got interested in the matter and then air it. No one say BBC so the international platform.
Sir.
What you may I say? I do not want to speak further on this issue.
This matter. Because I was one of the people who defended him time assembly by and who beside jump and no can't say if he even called me to thank me. I was one of the people because I don't buy I'm saying number one. Girl no in the video no on any student. Not girl no outsider posing as his student. But you see, sometimes Obi Sobeka say, Obi I say in the context, you know, at the time, Nana jump on it, but like we're saying, we don't want to go into that issue. The whole issue is that he was not found culpable in the investigation. Almost say BBC for committee in can say BBC for kind of exaggerated kakra because technically that girl no was not his student, but it also doesn't change the fact that Muhunu on video saying the things that he was saying with the girl. That is not for us to say. I'm or maybe or even when you see the Uncle to jump case, there's a similar one going on in America. Make us say Donald Trump. A campaign, say Papa be a friend Epstein. There was reports say or tiase no or since in Colano no any businessmen ni escafo na parties. No den colleagues be 15, 16, 17. No de oma comment penifo no your mother. FBI for ni ade investigation who say yes and no girls ni be ono me underage. Say omo push ama omo release some of the files no ni emails no. Na Donald Trump ni ade akra ni was some of him because na nadamfo. It's about a problem. It's like I say now some of and now who dear serious.
Very, very serious.
We shouldn't make it NDC and people come jump on nana we me kwa ye me no and I tell you or so upon me drive all the way from Tema to Nikrom. And your mom did a more online can say no nim jump on Jamie. Nim jump. Then I was in Sopon for a whole weekend because of Jampo. You know, and now one summer a serious issue. And those who are raising MFA or whoever, everybody has a point, but they all kind of say, don't tread further because who cry now no time pushy point say, your man position for the sake of that position,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Because we say no, but for a sojagum, because and then I told you I said, if you want to try for my leg for say, draw funding in and as if for so when you prof, if you as a professor or legona, what me I say? Donations, sika pudua, some foreign donors be at the University of Ghana, which is a very serious matter. Now, every day, as people talk about it, more issues are coming up. CCNO, it won't be Dr. Don Fabio. Other issues, and now, me yakran say, offer. Our media, members of my bonity, and so away. Are they by honest just stray bullets? Says some years ago, honestly, I am an appointment. What me I say? Aha, well, yes, you honestly get a big or die. What me I say? Hey, members of my body, but yes, that JMA appoint you be Nancy. What me I say? 2019, only go student to be Esukonya encounter.
But you see, Council said, only the Legon student know where this 16 years because 8 for consent or Ghana law, I see a 16. And the Nippon that is 16 no being a Kodakra, no Nippon willingly.
No, the issue was actually a rape. The issue was actually a rape allegation. It went to court. But it's an American person body escalated. But I'm just saying, he said, because of way napano, Crawford to train your baby if you can't board Dumaba. What me I say? I'm almost a JM who can perform me anyway and terminate your more appointment. Meanwhile, the other person not in a baby. Well, Uncle resurrect issue name by. But because of this court threatening we near Crawford are saying says a serious country. These two people wouldn't even be there in the first place to begin with. And if you let's make progress.
Yeah, make my advice, that is true. Until I withdraw advice officially, the advice is withdrawn.
Thank you very much.
Okay, yo. Ofori Attah there. So almost 100 charges, 70 something charges against him. Part of the charge sheet and I think part of the charge sheet.
Yeah, 78 charges against him. But for the sake of viewers and listeners, and to say no, we take some time to educate kakra. Say charges corruption. Corruption do put in pa and me find corruption in a modern of all the other charges. What me I say? Ahanti who breaking it down so a. Now omo aka bibi to say illegal procurement. Wow. Yaka procurement as a woko to turn your money ama buying no.
Okay.
What me I say illegal procurement. Now what Ghana mbram no ya churo because omo say government appointees no. Omo fa sa kwan we so e di hwia aban no. Wow. Ye tax omo jeje nyina no. We kasa oh me na me head CEO wa ha o say yakotoka car 5 baako biara sɛ market no 50,000 50,000 and I'm for 200,000 no atwerɛ sɛ car ba V8 biara 500,000
It's a boom
as
ya
if you are
we
ultimate
can be a so.
nti ɔmo yɛ saa na ɔmo akɔkyɛ nti sɛ baako biara 200 na wode 5 no ɛyɛ wei a 2 5 10 ntumi fa nsɛ bi a instead of nke ɛbɛyɛ say 1 million, do you get it? 1 million Ghana cedis, no? Okay. No, omo no 500. Internet they will call 2.5 million. Into omo profit 1.5 million Ghana cedis. As 1.5 million Ghana cedis, no. Say at the one nke yebe schools. E wo Chireponi, Binduri ne Kumune na sefo no. What me I say? Villages are nkwala up to date. Omunya school. Enkosua ade wom. Na de bi omo so abesoma omo man no. Mpanyinfo no kotena wa procurement nti na omo di. Now somewhere me fan say last month na me wo sister station me fan say TV3 and I me make some recommendation no say the same key point here akofa asema abre yeah professors ne your doctors bezo me kotena so no e dey asen kakra ba but ye dey say jai nyame adom ma na ye use experience kakra dey from na ye koye baby ye na ye ko now this was the issue minimal bo na do ne na aban echi o procurement side no the same story ye can in the ya o SML manfa nche omo obi a ona me say no anything corruption we have to put MPP NDC aside and face is squarely because corruption di Africa for nya papa anti fiame nada last week ya ka say China yes say omo agric minister or so wako involved in corruption related activities allegation by the same day you born ko edu no within 15 minutes within 15 minutes and almost invite no the trial na agent today agent tomorrow they are sitting on it they will go back next week the judge is not there 2 months 2 years obey judgment no na 4 years na so na nipa na afa no ho edi na aban foforo aba na 8 years in China omu use 1 month omu use 2 months omu use 1 week not even 1 day and anya 1 hour kra o it's a fear last week o go gra o be hu omu de 20 minutes 15 minutes edi na asem no una omu say master you are guilty una omu condemn no
ana o kana be ajo na agents
Aden sana ye nipa na odi ye sika no wedi ewie man kwala no so nya school nko. What me I say? Within 15 minutes, Oma try na ewie ya sentence nya se wo konsa wa mu. Ye kun instantly, omu kun instantly. Omu na anything corruption, they don't want to hear it. Because answer na yebema oppose no. Ombe won no say masa. Oma na yebe sum no, ya masa ye be discount. And ube peneso na wo peneso. When you customer
also the charges na they are broken Ofori Attah no is very likely say OSU betimia prosecute because the presumption of innocence and utina dey say ye chewa even ya bo kwa edukra still man fan say we innocent
that's a process
no charges no way OSU betimia prosecute
Yeah, because your system now abe NDC MPP. What me I say? And I make us a ban corruption related charges. Inka yen na yen twen yen ho film whether we are NDC or we are MPP no. Yen ko pe baby ntina. Oh, because the same way when NDC was also in opposition, ye did be mu call court no. The whole NDC as a party had to defend the people there. And as you see on the tables now turning. Oh, and the MPP also as a party, they will also be tempted to follow the same trend as a battle between NDC and MPP. And the
But yes, I
Basa,
also need to see a person running here, Juma. So why are we doing that?
exactly. Oh, internet as a both sides are as a country, we are not willing to solve our major problem, which is corruption. Corruption is a very serious matter. So when I had that platform, I said, Adiabakwa, am I paying for new Yesika? I am ready, I some time back. I am random if he said, I am Rabone Papa. What me I say? A PP, wow, public
President Kupone
procurement.
on a procurement law, no.
Yes, I am Rabone because I know now. Paying for Nina ba. No more share as here. No more weska, no more call baby. The same Imrano. Oma state wɔ hɔ sɛ sisi akora de ɔma yɛ amendment first no nanka wowie a yɛbɛka sɛ board ne bɛtena so wahu ne ana parliament bɛtena so but na yɛn open for tender. Yes, that was the main thing. Sɛ yɛn biem obiara bɛ apply wotumi ase te sɛ kaa yɛ a mɛsɛ yɛkɔtɔ a 200,000 na ɔmo akɔyɛ no 500,000 ɔmo de bɛba sɛ yɛpɛ V8 wo a woyɛ company a wobɛtumi atɔ V8 ama yɛn ne boɔ no sua koraa no obiara bɛtɛnda ɛyɛ competition nti nka ɔman no bɛhwɛ sometimes not only the pricing but the quality also count. Na ɔman no ahwɛ sɛ okay wo de high quality ba wo price no yɛ 200 obi so de low quality ba the price no yɛ 1.8 but yɛyɛ fii sɛ high quality no yɛfa 200 na ɛno yɛ better than saa 1.8 then the board will sit on it no ɔmo decide sɛ yɛmfa 200 no wotumi ase but sisi a no ɔmo sesa mmara no nso na ɔmo kaa sɛ wobɛtumi akɔ what they call sole sourcing ɛna mete koraa na ɛtwa me nsoro no wahu na kyerɛ sɛ sisi a no you won't even advertise it for bidders potential.
Council, not just then law no na problem. It is the abuse of the law and a issue no.
Now who welcome opportunity? One more crowd wouldn't nama to amano. Now say nam we
it
are
was really that law intended to give Obi opportunity now because minister law no. The idea was that young streamlining and buying procurement. And who got a pen, who got A4 sheets, who got a paper, who got a petrol ama baya. This threshold at district level, this threshold at regional level, say level. There's a procurement. So is an exception to the general rule.
And that is what I'm saying. Says exception on what they buy mono. And I know so have exception, What do I say? You can't give and I make us a want to tournament to her. Now okra down there born in him. Then you are saying say more crown and touch it. Why do you bring in so sourcing? So sourcing, my condition be said, enka say a large quantity cry, a bro some limited beer. Then parliament should come in. Another board should sit on it first. What me I say? A 3-4 so may explain in
is it not for emergency? You see, for the main issue Omodi charge can Ofori Attah was about SML contract,
Yeah, that's so sourcing, even though it has time is time bound. No? You can't say who got 5 aeroplanes. 5 aeroplanes wouldn't a sika boma, a sika bubro, into one to mean koto. And rather say sika bubro now you're so sourcing crana. My PPA board, your board or na board and then city on it answer. What me I say? And I say a bro, I didn't so. Na eboro board na hoɔden so a ɛne ɛnkɔ parliament sɛ sika na ɛyɛ involve no ɛbɛha ɔman na wahu ɛbɛha ɔman ne bebree a ɛne ɛnkɔ parliament ansa na make case so because I just wanted to lay the foundation so that your viewers and listeners will appreciate why ɔmo sɛ criminal no because ɔmo feel sɛ even though it was sole sourcing, Emrano Huma who can say you can do sole sourcing. No? What me I say? When follow due process. Due
Okay.
process and then I say Sikana involved no. Sika pudo. Wow, quantity ni very huge.
Exactly.
It shouldn't have even passed through PPA. In case
Okay.
a parliament straight, parliament straight. And me sense is to be opportunities no Emrana unkwa as a minister ubetumi akoto what me I say so sourcing you can go and buy but a huge sum of money even though you can go and buy you need approval from the PPA board no
Okay.
but say eburo PPA board no so ahoden so then you have to send it to parliament.
And in the case of SML, no, he should have sent it to Parliament for approval before awarding the contract.
Exactly, that is what they are claiming. But there is a school of thought almost say some of them went to Parliament. I don't know which one is true, which one is instances. And even though Mbrano had a mistake by bringing in sole sourcing, which of course was intended for some good purposes. Do you get it? They say emergency situation anyway. Bagana ha and then emergency even say China Kran a yakoto adia yen to me my board in him. And I yen to me my parliament in him 1 day and 2 days. Do you get my point?
We can convene Parliament for emergency cases, but that's
Exactly.
also what they say. Emergency to me, but sometimes emergency me, but for instance, in the COVID case, no, there was also emergency in that case. So
there's no emergency in Ghana here. I can tell you on authority. Anything you want to buy, you can buy it within 1 hour. What do I say? And they say 2 hours now. The 1 hour, there should be somebody to approve it for you.
Okay.
And yes, because we need checks and balances. Okay. But you don't say why am to say ever prevented checks and balances. Now I say checks and balances, emergency case, over to me they are too chain.
Okay.
Now then the checks and balances is useless. Okay. That is why me my proposal say our PPA laws should be changed. Online, I've made recommendations. It needs to be changed immediately because you don't give the opportunity and room for our leaders to abuse. And on every year, ministers near
ABA JKC, that case is also in court. The same procurement breaches here.
Exactly. Because of the opportunity.
There was another company that was set up by the same PPA board chairman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because someone who loophole and exploit it. And the man to tournament to an amount country or crown is a man in touch it. That be procurement laws is the first thing that needs to be tackled. I will be grateful say after your show you're paying for it they will do something about it with the agency that it deserves.
Okay. Can idea we say for already kind of charge sheet we've already spoken about a conspiracy woman ade me person me boost out this issue about intent because a criminal jurisprudence I was said before OSP bet me prosecute am also to me prove it Ofori Attah boni trim except for conspiracy no na intent but so wa boni trim po and indeed oma bo chrono ni nyina can charges no facing but let me just show you this Professor Sari so nim the enti aka no Ofori Attah nkata kram pese obeba because enka we dey enka simple issue man this is Professor Sari say yeah this kama aka no Ofori Attah this is the simple analogy I would dey aka no Ofori Attah say masa yeah ma usika se hwe so 8 years enye kelewele money enti ebraso say we so bebu akonta we nya time on Ghana for be di kwane wingbe wo che wo sha blochi da bi bra na be yi ano ene eje kwane saneni come and defend yourself say next time yare wo china say and I oka say in the history of Ghana no finance minister has ever run from accountability. Ofori Attah, don't be the first to run. Return and face the OSP and clear the air. So unisika come and clear your name. It's as simple as that. And a lot of people are jubilating over OSP again. Last week,
Okay, okay.
A processor, I see OSP drops the hammer on Ken for rigging procurement and playing millions for no work done. And then the major part of Assembly in Nigeria say SML for also did not even do the work they claim they were doing. They ended up not doing any work at all. So I don't know asem ayehuno. Se wo so obey adwuma we na ya ma osika se indeed ya. At the end of the day no adwuma no so a ye se dem hu a waye. Enti the professor side position is Ken Ofori Attah. This is not about so obi convicted by ano who baby brane be face and let the due process of the law no enye adwuma. Se wo se wonya guilty, show the court say you are not guilty. Say OSP show our evidence and let OSP also show say our evidence against you. Simple. And what do you say about Simon? Say Ofori Attah by now should be in Ghana defending himself.
It's a and maybe it's a simple question. Baba. Let me give a simple answer. Why he doesn't want to come? Before you about to abandon a campaign message you.
Okay.
And away presidential candidate Nankasa. I promise Ghanaian say Oba prosecute your winner. And NDC key as a party. I can't to so Omoba Ken Ofori Attah money adi na ombekọ nsawam. Inye se bia ye ko try ukra no. Nsawam no ma kan to dada. Na NDC supporters ne some Ghanaians omu nyina say ABC say NDC nya ba pe omu nyina be ko nsawam. Did you get it? And omu nya judges so all of them are not judges. And omu who say first one is a bit say Chief Justice. Say NDC nya ba pe Chief Justice ye be yin efiso. And when you say Chief Justice ye yin efiso. Is if you are only Ofori Attah, yes, you do over consawama, over. Did you get my point? And to upper for fun lawyers,
we can be tried in absentia now.
Well, now say, you try in absentia, but anyway, but you know, walk of our in the Abeto. And so, what may I say? And to know when it criminal, only Ghana to Quantadia or my pipe, and artist age, you know. And then over Pebble, also American boy. Oh, or American boy. Ahana is here, so no, obet me I time the Bible. So no, those days no kotiko to a parliament. Obet me I time the Bible, nephew. Why evangelism war US one. Second, also they God fearing. And you was any panel was a son. Is here preaching away near there. We'll forget about. And I maybe say, wow, Baba. You get it. Who as a woman? And our family member, Krana, and you advise. I mean, these are practical aspect of the whole thing. Do you get my point? And there was even a typical case. There was an NDC, Onukrano minister. Oh, now on handle mass lock. And yes, center. Yes, Okodi US and before no person mujere na kekakai. When fi nanse na ono so na banya ba. Mate say omo ye no asan ono so aba. Do you get my point? So okay ya brother back home US. Na yes your bema ombra. Ono ya mu media landscape. Where's I mean my fans are wow boyfriend, with sweet boyfriend. Oh America oh baby. Ngofo den so ombra. Went to me amba. But I buy for buy you know. Once Ababa show as I go back. I mean, so the political atmosphere, no, sometimes we also need to face the reality. Nipan we mean that. Oh, now yes, we have system, no. See, there's no clear cut differentiation between the executive, the judiciary, and then the legislature. Three na is I bet to say this way chocolate drink. 3 in 1. You see, and I bet to send you share because near in a judiciary and I won't near in a parliament. Near
Punchline.
that is serious, very serious. And that is why you be no more.
Parliament. Any judiciary, I bet to say this way chocolate drink.
This way chocolate drink. Yeah, 3 in 1. 3 in 1. You see how then you hear this you share. It's a fear. Unless it's a different view, because yeah, go school now, yeah, you know. Say in democracy, the judiciary is purely independent. The legislature is purely independent. And then the executive is purely independent. Masa, no na ye hu is here. Do you get my point? And they say, especially when it's in our case, is the executive that is even appointing all the key weight. And the executive can say, this is what I want to do. We are judiciary, we are legislature, nyanya overcome more. So the principle of checks and balances, wow. You see, they exist only on our books. And if it's a very certain, maybe recommendation, I made a judicial away, constitutional review come, they may say, if you really mean business, we want to progress as a country, then we should forget about this democracy thing. The whole country should come together and behave as what we have in Burkina Faso. We need a one state. It doesn't matter the name we give to ourselves, but we don't need this multi-party kind of system. We need to exist as one country. China, they are existing as one country. They are having a peaceful existence. Most countries are practicing a unism or unitary system of government, and everything is going on well with them. Rather than even as you see,
yes, earlier last year suggested BBC as a unity government.
Which is okay, the best way to go, because you see, we could do money. I say, you see, I have Ofori Attah. You see, MPP phone supporters in this week. Yeah, discuss even University of Ghana lecturers anyway. Hey, now we NDC for ADWH, MPP for ADWH. And at the end of the day, one a bear bonnet and one a criticize the other one. Because Bonibia Ubedibiano, you still have people who feel they belong to your political party. So they will come to your aid. Say, well, Kukuni Pakrana, once or Mufi say, a party member, no, they will see nothing wrong. They will say nothing wrong. They will do nothing wrong. And at the end of the day, then we are still at a stand. Nobody is moving forward in anything.
But this question 70 a strange amount say in court proceedings. Well, case I charge you will be with 74 counts.
It never used to be so. But a current trend. What may I say? Those days, no, na ye lampeni na 1, 2, 3 be na ye call your baby. But you see, no, compartmentalize the whole thing into compartment. Do you get it? And to me, say nipa na call stealing na. Say and then Wednesday, say we are 50,000. Echina Thursday, we 10,000. And Rechi, we are 2,000. No, we need na boom. Say total, no, we are 10,000 in stealing. But you see, I know met chem. Say Rechi, we are 10,000. And then we are 2,000. In series, they want to prove them separately. But those days, no, na your lamp. Maybe if it's a new style, no, Chief Justice, no, na Attorney General, almost stepping in. Now, enjoy is a new trend, because a man law, no, we chipping the essence of the whole thing. What me I say? Because I think I will be proving count 1. What about count 2, count 3? Anyway, now it wastes time. Even the marker say China, no, they use 15 minutes for trial, and the next 5 minutes, yes, transporting, no, say you no. Within 5 minutes, no more kuno. And to so be so yeah corruption in your maybe on dream who cry say because the system will fish you out and you will die and what may offend no mercy. Because MPP and this you were that be
okay.
No one can say we am a party member, we am way some who na ye do or mind mona and to young boy and nimono.
Okay.
Wow. Issue be na they call MPP and this. Okay, and to quickly. My boy, illegal procurement,
Yeah.
But take it time, I explain it. And almost false pretenses also.
Okay.
False pretenses. Wow. And no, can say intent na say for any way near them. They said omu nimpa say sadi we enye say. Oh, so no more training no. For instance, omu ka say bia we ombe obi wo expertise. Wow. In a financial backing, in a ownership of BB technology bia betumi aye adwuma no. Do you get it?
You are not no the intention was just the contract.
Exactly. So say adwuma we are SMA be yi. Omo was ka boom say wa ha. Omo wo experience wa ha. Omo kwa akoto saa de we dia be ye. Enso omo se omo hwehwe mu no. Bibi saa ni wo saa. Do you get my point? And in that false pretenses album, in a view, so almost a payment for no service. Wow, we'll start in okay. I say, Bia, and then may say, Juma way, Echana may say, Juma way, Miria, Muntiam 1 billion. And never and one say, Jumano. Echana by and one say, Jumano. So, and so 10 billion, you Tiamano. Do you get it?
Exactly.
Almost say abuse of office. Wow. And omo practice omo use omo position as ministers, as chief executive, wow. Nina asefo no. Enti bibia nke ndi kwan se oye no because ono no position ni nti. O se metumi aye. I want respect the laws of the country. And also we found that the key we are abuse of office is there. You can't payment for no survey, you can't false pretense, corruption, illegal procurement, and so on and so forth. And then also they came to potential future loss. Say, say, adia SML for ne nkrofo ya abubo omudin na ye no. Omo be diska ko. In future no effect na enye nne Ghana no na ebeboka asọmamu no na ebeboka nti we nyina no omo fi say omo actie they've acted criminally we yem fanto records to say we one-sided story an allegation coming from office of special prosecutor nkwa afena omo ayabo omo kwedu no so no ebe yi omo ho ano.
Okay.
Omo be answer. Na trial no na court no e decide say ni omo kan no ne kwan so ana so say amfa ne kwan so.
Okay.
Do you get my point? But like I'm saying,
do the say one side prosecution no OSP no na akasa.
Exactly.
First year do omo be court no. Da no any ebeji omo plea. Na ya hwese be a lawyer say be make some preliminary commentary about the charges now me wa.
Exactly. And also no loss no. Even though at the moment, like I said, this way chocolate drink, the laws will also give you the opportunity. I say we should presume presume almost innocent. But you see, in one of my master's program, MPhil program, me devote my time because Ghana no even though the constitution says we should presume you innocent, no. Ghana no you punish you. Even answer na court na bam.
It's OSP pictures no cry what publish no. More than punishment you. Omo nyina be hu say una na ye de o tag ya bo so a. Wo gina ho no ma ye to say cartoons a ye twa of. This is enough punishment.
Exactly.
Omo ya sofo. Ebi ye former military officers. Ebi mu ye elders. Ebi mu ye big people in their community na photo that ho say na won say gubo unwuyo so say gubo na say this is enough punishment.
Anu mpono wakwechi o photo ne ane no wakwechi. What of yade o isi no trend ne said state institution ebedin kan ejojo wa ma or the work to jail in quotation marks. What may I say? For for want of better expression.
Yeah,
It
custody.
is
Say their
more
police
like a
custody
sentence. It is more like a sentence to Nsawam. Yeah, the Ubako BNI. You see, a police in there, we don't use them again. Yeah, the Ubako BNI. And I do Ubako UECO. And I see a Office of Special Prosecutor Abekahu. The same case, appear to me from any time. So, my question is that what are we doing as a country? Other than as our institution in a, if you said they could do the same job, other than yam forming one umbrella, name pedding being to a winner. So, now you have to show Mumu, you have to show Mubi and I have to show because the same offense now we are, Be and I bet me afro. You go bet me afro. Office of Special Prosecutor bet me afro. Ghana Police is so bet me afro. National Security so bet me afro. 85 arms of government virtually doing the same thing. May I see it as duplication?
Yeah.
Wow. And more or less, a quite be no obiti baby, obi say, are there no laws in Ghana anymore? Do you get it? And don't we have people who control some of these things? Wow. And I feel say, yeah, from presidency, we need some order, we need some sanity in our setup, security agencies. And let's clearly define who plays which role, who should handle which criminal component. Oh, so now this is a competition. I'm telling you. Recently, I handled some cases or I say BNI and UECO. So almost on daily basis, you will see me at
Over there.
BNI or UECO following up. And I'm a research person. So all the days I was there, I was quietly as innocent as I am. I will observe a whole lot of things.
And they say, I competition, who can arrest more?
Who can arrest more? Who can arrest more? And who can punish more
Okay.
to receive praises from the government? Which is not good. A unhealthy competition. You see, and then the friction up between Attorney General Department and some other department. And there are instances. Attorney General no cry or powerful. Instances, ono betumi aka bibi wa ha. And on the other institutions under him who disobey him. A people public, you know all the time. So I think we have free advice. Yes, only advice. Advice is on the problem. But we are appealing to President Mahama and the powers that be. Say your security agencies, Wow. There's this sort of unhealthy competition over there. So that at least there will be sanity and order from above, if not from the Flagstaff or Jubilee House honor. Okay, so that henceforth, moving forward, they should clearly define who should go after who should do what, and so on and so forth. So the sanctity of our security agencies could be preserved because about ordinary issues to the extent to say we are coming, private matter cry it me call me specific.
Okay.
Where do we acquire business crana? It may call some of this national security agent, which is not good.
Okay.
What may I say? It's not good for.
I mean, briefly, me person who can just MPP for the primaries before we go into me person call us in Bemofa Jerry or other people are joining to share their views on this OSP corruption issue. Your person chasing or GS but MPP for race more thing. I think we have about December and January until 2 months, As I say, so far no ground that is saying why nearly
My sister, she be anyhow. You see, I get back to Abato and then when I heard it, now I am a young and I said the very same mistakes are MPP leadership repeat here. The last time, can a Japan fair to say, Omo Mafia, one, the superpower, the establishment, sad lie or muinan. And not only can took offense, almost all the presidential candidate aspirants, got angry because they first said the MPP leadership favored only Dr. Baumia. And Alan the Webufu, if you party no cry for forming the can Japan so by out because you people are give you showdown. Are you getting my point? I feel said this year, after all this defeat, we least expected things to be controlled. Wow, from the top there. My better say almost a prosy voting anyway near the and come one crown. Almost the establishment,
Yeah.
I mean, it is not nice. It is not nice. Omunja sa man. But you see, those were the days. I am not yet in China. And if you we show you so they be a better. Yeah, can say the youth are unemployed. They need jobs anyway in as if wo. And we need at a mema kase yen here bibi like Burkina. In that case, me repeat it. Ghana for United. Say much as we may have some good things in Dr. Baumiano, at this point, yepe opia. Well, Adreno, a twisted towards our enemy ya or the Ghana betu obetu milka giri. And to me, please, we see all this element in Honorable Kennedy Japan. Oba boy for the pa and I mean that. And I will
But
call ground so no
objectively, Japan, but objectively, you don't think that one person is leading. Is Ken leading or Barumia is leading or who is leading?
You see, the thing is the thing is obvious. Say we also follow trend and we speak to the delegate. What may I say? The first time in Oprano, when you don't need somebody to say it, the first time in Oprano, there was this issue, and they said because Nanado was in power, Ofori Attah was very powerful. All the ministers, the MPs, were made to support Baumia. Do you get it? And even that, Ken was a sole person. So that time, nobody came out to support Ken. Whether they were MPs, they were ministers, all of them were scared. And they were not sure, said. I mean, in fact, not that they were not sure. They were 100% sure, said, MPP was going to win again. What may I say? So nobody wanted to risk and come out to campaign for Honorable Ken.
But the situation is different. You've seen MPs, former ministers who are supporting Ken.
Exactly. Because all those who were cowards, so to speak, what may I say, who were cowards to come out openly. You see, I know, Omo will say, Baumia is no more in power. Nanado is no more in power. So they are bold. Wow, they are bold now to come and support.
And they say, I don't know, it's inuring to the benefit of Ken. So they say, when you're
of course. And that is what I'm saying.
When is Team Ken still complaining about, say, oh, I undermine you? Why? I still hear that complaint. Why is that the case?
The complaint is coming from the same mistakes that were repeated the last time. For instance, almost say, yeah, more 1 year to campaign. Almost election and at one point. They feel it will go against Honorable Ken. Do you get it? Another point. Yes, elections for new delegate to come. Omu yusu establishment, previous we Baumia Baye, the thinking is said the same people are going to vote for Baumia, which is a lie. Let me just stress on it. And like I'm saying, at the time, if you had that mentality, it's because it was government in power. And they felt to say the government was going to win again. Wow. So people were compelled to vote for Baumia. This time,
without all these things not coming in, say Kufuor influence in your Baumia near office, then Ken should be in a comfortable lead. And so why are they so worried? Team Ken, I don't know.
Yes, but who are comfortable leader, it doesn't mean you to sleep on your rights. What may I say? It could be said, Sanka Ube winning, but by 1 million voter. Because you were sleeping on your rights, you could lose about 40 million. Into 10 million, so about 6 million. You do get my point? Because and American instances, started by saying, you vote in 3 months, 4 months, instead of in 2 years' time, so that Ken will get time to prepare. Do you get it? And Oman Yanisa, and Omako Ken is you, Mati. Then they come again. Yan to about Fufro, Omo to ma about Miana, and yes, I'm very soon. Who fight you, one fight you, and no me.
Okay.
And to more, then another one happened, yeah. So Omo was a abrochi for no. Bebre ni ta Kennedy. What may I say?
Oh, son,
And why are you always thinking? Why are you always thinking negative? Why are you always thinking, say, yeah, the papa, a bit favor only can. Me sometimes you want to be a mentality.
My amount to about by proxy, but amount to about physical, no, and why because of Kentino Moyasana.
Because of Ken, no decision in your taken away because of Ken. Nina, because of Ken. Nina, if you are,
we say because of Ken, because you proxy voting, your proxy voting, Anna. What to me voting by from a distance via email and I be by Obibe now and Emuno at Twama. What you say? If
America said,
proxy voting that they know elections move. Why is it because
exactly.
of Moyasa?
Exactly, and here until Sophia wouldn't wait here for no chef for no. She also helped in advising the MPP leadership. Said decisions in the Biwa. Omo ya omo bit in China. At the division Baba party no. Are you getting it? Because I better say wouldn't throw a rule is here. And you don't want fairness.
Because
why about
one throne aspect now can because you one among cast NDC forecast among digital crowd. There was an issue Ghana hanging almost a digital yet. It is a party one is Obi Abroche for no better about Mumra physical. No amount to a banana groupie, no amount to the physical as against proxy now. Email says someone at 2 miles. Why is that?
Sister Fia, one casa no waka said, Prosy, Omo you pen, Anna Meboa.
A creative mistrust.
Dabi, mistrust and a thing in fact. Someone am call 100 number count. And I said, can a rep about ho, Baumia rep about a Japan rep about all the 5 people contesting, all reps about
okay.
What do I say? The main problem in said, can not be a more target no. Sabro for and why will you think? Why will you even assume say new register can win? Yanye we are can win. Na sisi so omo say honorable Ken or Abrochi for campaign. What me I say? And Abrochi for no budget and so bebre. Oh, and a sadi and a young pe kuti kwan bi so. Na yan cut Abrochi for no off.
Okay.
Once Abrochi so wa ube tu kwan aba plane ticket na ase for ube boka bebre.
Okay.
Why? And almost you know, almost they pay their dues. They send money back home.
It's a broche for moon to mean snap broche, no one group you home to a ban or yes, you're in Amragana.
What to be that? What to be that? Doesn't make sense. Did you get it?
Okay.
They do everything while broach you. One more brochino, almost your donation here. They don't say mum fee USA, Mumragana, and I'm
me all make congresses are my cover in NDC and MPP. You know, about Jeff on a
Dabi, I know your reps. I know your reps. Dabi, you are wrong. Congress, no, Obiaba, oh, Tumua, Obaba, oh, Jisu, Obaba, oh, Winniba, Obaba. That is what it means. Congress, no, you need representatives in your Munina. You need representatives to come. But voting, you know,
delegates elections are made cover. For instance, Alan, any Kufuado, anyone when they are Macovenino. All the delegates come. Omu group, you know, no matter what. It is almost
that was when
what is the problem?
That was when now Omo limited delegates. You see, an Omo expanded.
Okay.
What do you mean? I say? Yes, nipa baako mienu baako those days no na baako pe no fia no waba. Mienu no mo fia. You see, ano they are more.
Okay.
Into South Sika bebre no omo de be full plane. Abeda hotel ni we ni ade. Ejuma so bebo omo. Obi wo ho obeba Ghana no. Na ejuma no onkoto bio.
Okay.
What do you mean? I say? So why will you let somebody lose their jobs all because of person or a faithful servant of the party?
Okay.
And why do you even have to think, say a job, for no mutuaba? Honorable Ken Nkwana be favor. Abano so yentuye. Did you get my point? So in law, no, you are saying you are creating apprehension. Now can you say delegates, no, so they are also party members. So you are letting somebody lose his franchise.
Okay.
The whole country, okay, before time, and almost Ropa and then I say for a bay. And the whole country, Ghana. Well, of the view says some people also bring remittances anywhere near it.
Yeah.
And they also wanted to be part of the voting pattern. They want to decide who they think should be their president, so they should be allowed to vote, which is a good thing. NDC, MPP, they've all embraced. Until you see,
Okay. Okay.
Did you get the point? And a decision, mostly take care. Now, I bet to say, yen taking such a decision to favor one candidate against the other. Oh, we are also now, what the division, ever all the time. You see? And I pray that the MPP will not wait for the West, but all candidates share all the time. Then you are creating scenario to give room for people like Alan Tramantin and the rest to go and not to come again.
Okay.
You see? So don't push people. Create an opportunity for all the candidates. As a leader, that is what you are supposed to do.
I think Obisu message Amankwa Kwabena Frank see and can't say can and kasa team so pe proxy vote no. Kasa team so pe proxy vote. They say they want physical because almost will say your friend say we mu betimi aba. In fact, what Jerry wo ha no mama thumbs up say true say almost pe your friend say proxy vote no. Indeed, even the people that cancel person protect you almost ka say pe proxy no. A lot of people think that betimi awie Obi ko share chire no say na me me party ni na onye ono.
No, Meno, let me use the opportunity to also advise all the time I would do any better one watching. Personally, I feel it shouldn't be a problem. What may I say? Whether you are for Ken or you are against or for Baumia, whoever it will favor, no, I feel that the prosy, it has been used before. Yeah, mom, young counted, just say we have to be vigilant and count the numbers. And when you're delegate Congress, a delegate. So we only have to know the numbers.
Okay.
Do you get the point? I had to say USA, 10 reps, they will have to count for the 10 reps. Say Germany, 5 reps, they only have to be accountable to the 5 reps. I don't see why the process should be a problem for either Ken's team or Baumien's team.
Okay.
I try to be fair to, issues like this, general issues like this. What may I say? So the fact that I'll give my support to Ken doesn't mean, say, we no in favor, adapt all the collective good, then I'm supported. You get it? Unless they are able to say, if you vote by proxy, 10 people, the last time when there were 10 voters in USA, all the 10 voted, but at the end of the day, they made it 20 votes. If there are practical instances like that, then we can be making a discussion on a different platform. But other than that, I see nothing wrong with the proxy vote. If only we can account for the number of persons involved and so on and so forth. But meanwhile, I'm making the submission.
Yes, you. Why then I'm against proxy, no?
Yo, I fear many can chat to your phone now. Lawyer question. Good afternoon. Good evening.
I salute you, senior. I salute
you back. I fear lawyer maybe or free, but he has a point, but or may see be kakra. And I want to straight it up. Last time, pros, the reason why we don't want it. If you have a cry now, there, let me put it this way. All the aspirants, 5 aspirants, Obi and Pepros, but they're fighting for it right now as we're speaking. One particular team, and they're fighting, said they still want the proxy. And you ask yourself, why, 4 aspirants have agreed, we don't want proxy vote. But one aspirant is fighting
Enti
for
omo
that
maka de
year's-
omo nya agree so omo pe proxy.
Obia, Comrade Japan, Duchum, Brian, Kennedy, Japan, everybody don't want the proxy.
Okay.
And there's a reason why they support the national NEC for this issue. Say more proxy vote. And they have put a letter and petition. And then no say some of us so-called Baumia supporters and all USA, they are writing petition here and there, fighting against it. Say, I don't know my year frame. What it is I fear last time primaries, I want a better lawyer TNE Kakra.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Yes, I brought for nearby and they say, Prozi say bia nipa be ye omukotua no magigi all the proxy voting from baby near the man nipa baako edu baby kra na afia nipa baako timi to be 3 times on to one constituency.
Yeah, o claim
Okay.
so kuta proxy for all 3 no meboa.
That's it. It not to ha no akoto and the thing is say near who omu kra who pa ne say bia me manko me de me proxy am obi so onko onudu Ghana. He get compromised. Near common is the also one president also Fabra Betumam. Meanwhile, media me 3 minutes or Kotoa Maminipa. But to do who are changing again, no are Tony Ope. Oh, friend also is a boss no one shame you. There's no witness. Oh, Metuma send the Panos Metuman Matuaman. Then I bet at the end of the day, no, ye baby never can no lose poto 18 process came in at daddy. That is why 4 aspirants have agreed to it. Say, no, yeah, MPP in a person to about to plenty better about. Ultimate ma no prosy. We tia. And yet, giddy. And now USA crowd, ye cry fighting against it. Last time, no, if you American delegate vote, almost the email na to ye.
Yeah, I know so make say a creative problem. Yeah.
Big problem. Who the why as you are to and Bebre never even received the email. As not the terms of
Obia to amano.
Obia by force. These are some of the scheming. Oma Transia no man said no. And penny for no a teacher your more research and investigation of the president. And first of all, president a new MPP constitution. A Ghana electoral constitution, but it's not an MPP constitution. Ahakra and almost decided to say, better banidia, yanto in person, obia chapter, obeko chapter no akotone akan, obi to call the chapter no akotone akan, we are near your coalition, near the US headquarters, or I say, near Cambo, no be any state be a nipper to say, state way, nipper 12, we know that 12, no, a move 2 to my brain, a move 4 to my way, a move 3 to my way. It's easy to correlate and you can't steal. That's how about sending emails and vote by email, electronic voting. The same as proxy.
Okay.
Almost against this proxy vote there. Near lawyer he has a point in a way, but maybe all missing is the stealing part, any compromising part, no all missing. And yes, a brochure for you now support to Ken. We can all support Ken, baby. They bedroom voting no proxy no ode kono nipa no ode amane so onkoto o ma no ono anya can support by faking so yes okay. How would you know so beto ama no onto ma, which happened last year. This time we MPP ni hey udo man now you're delegate now for so person koto aba, why not buy your ticket about less than $2,000.
Okay.
Wako koto aba okoto ba one kasa from so mamba papa the whole 4 aspirants agreed to it, say, President the only Baumia camp and almost petition, the court next say they don't agree to it. Why? Okay. Because a breaking loopholes be you feel you're close to a big damage. I say electoral process no. And no etinama abasa. Osha said the prof can almost fanyama kweti kwan bebre so just to downgrade a lot of aspirants for the first time MPP yekofa registration form crazy nom de atoso 18 a part of the scheming. Comrade Japan basically one tia ultimate but he's still contested. So what I say? Yeah, the
evidence a chester went to be our fair. How would you know?
Well, maybe ma I mean unims work to have for what
yeah,
I
but
know.
what you know, that's a private. That's not shareable information. Also, what kind of
Let me retract it if you let me retract it. Thank you. 18 Sasika mode two sweet 400 million and change cities. If you since why they tongue Ghana na. Nina some of the shenanigans shenanigans yet to break. So be in yes, you one particular candidate there shano a bar obetmetry among the cordial to me and thank God. Obia by God's grace, Obia timetry upon him. But going forward, I believe so much and yet beboa.
Okay.
Almost free, no. Yes, yeah, the cut top down approach. Yeah, kasasa. Anything that will favor one particular candidate, let's do it. And all my fighter, and as I say, Ken and I'm for the ultimate prepare at that particular short time of period. By God's grace, God has given him that strength. And he's still kicking. Says the message in this and a prof the message in a talk Ghana for us. So share contestants as far as Corona. Ken has a solid message. To me, I believe say is going to help Ghana in the future. Say you better not to Mudia,
Okay.
yes, and early voting and not prof okay. So a part of the scheming. Yanton in terms and a bear other almost add the microphone you to the previous one 17. And look around those.
I think I know my explaining. Yeah, I'm more explaining.
Money explaining.
Proposal to expand your constitution, to expand the electoral college. Yes.
And so sad to know they can't even vote this time until say a next Congress.
Okay.
Because of
money explaining pros in all cannot. Say we are on the same paper. I mean, but muka pros bina the pros voting. Maybe feel say yeah, ma approach for an opportunity to also vote. Is that not it?
That was what we used to think, Prof.
That
was technically that was the idea. But almost for particular so every penetrated the bob the bonnet. It is right now. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. It is right now. Let's cut it off. No problem.
For example, in Munam, Mefan say Munam 10 delegates or USA. Can't you physically meet and vote so that to be counted in USA there? Rather than
Maka was I said, now we want to vote in person in US. But when it comes to Prozina, this Odimo Biakoto Ghana amount.
I know me person me who I know that the Prozina that is what I'm also thinking about too. Say abrochino the opportunity to vote. That is what I'm trying to explain.
Okay, I got you. Wait, say, Prof. I had almost still like they want us to vote in electronics. And yes,
David. So what is the problem if you go and line up and vote physically?
There's no problem. You see? Because of the shenanigan, because of your best queue, your way out.
David. Who explaining the scheming aspect? People are not because what I understand Prozi to me is say because you are not in Ghana here. They should give you the opportunity to physically vote over there. Do you get my point?
Yes, but they don't want to give anybody
as a group.
Yeah, that is Prozi.
Of the total vote results to Ghana.
Yeah. Exactly. That is Prozi voting. You are not in Ghana here. So they should give you the opportunity to vote in the US one physically. That is the point I'm trying to put across.
Exactly. And they easy do. Young fan say US across 50 states and wherever there's MPP chapter, not delegates or what.
Yes.
Let's decide we go to US Embassy.
Exactly.
Washington. And US Embassy in New York. We all meet there. We vote. 200 crowd.
But you mean that is not the case? That is not the case now.
That's not the case. They want us to vote.
Very well.
Yeah, it's a whole electronics.
I should find a way to resolve these internal issues because and nobody sending a message. I said MPP social media no collapsing MPP. I think see these difficulties, no, is it really a test case for MPP? So man, yeah, this will make or break the party forever.
That is what we are fighting.
Yeah.
Say, yeah,
Yeah,
person
yeah.
party need be called down. You know, let's do the right thing.
So the ball is some more MPP for court. Some more per party year, they have to do the right thing and resolve this matter.
Yeah,
Because,
trust me, the MPP they will fix it.
Okay.
Gradually, step by step. We're
There
gonna
will.
fix it.
Okay. Well, I will comment about Ofori Attah issue. Yes, I know other people are being
well, Ofori Attah the idea. I raise my hand. I only nyame. Me fama no tum. It you know me kondo obi abe kasabi. You know, prof no proxy vote. No feel what you say.
Oh, so what you say?
Yeah, thank you.
Obaja isi ke no brata de don ka bi no aka one ne nyame it also bet me join na you so link na na so wa share wadwe ima no wusu no say I'm wondering what Ken Camp will do upon all those complaining wuntumi ene ne niema wo say also wuntumi wo niema wo so kehire na enye ba omia will win hands down and all will see what they will do. Okay, I think I'll say Ken Camp no or see the bia or they complain one or more complain onim the more Imano also no say the Ken Camp is desperate to do anything just to destroy MPP. Also they are all can no. Amankwa Frank or say what's wrong with your panelists? Ken wants to be the president. Let us vote early so he will win and become the flag bearer. What's also wrong with that? Or say a way to patch a second so the call for no ya complaining dodo. Yen vote early I can call for chinchai. Me and vote early and so chinchai. Tidi and pan mope. KKT na do board was per the party's constitution. The election committee can't stop the proxy vote. So it's with that of the electoral laws of Ghana. Okay, and also the commenter and also a makey and no Abrante Bakosi Ken call for no, they are desperate. They are desperate. Emmanuel, in your dreams. I don't know, Emmanuel, what Andrew Opoko. I don't know who you are referencing to. Maybe if you put it in context, then I can read it for you. I think what's and they'll say, let Baromia win the flag bearership and stay in opposition till thy kingdom comes. Some more, yeah, that's a omo pushy answer changing about Baromia and Baromia ba. Stay in opposition forever because the econo, the air and no, on also media or the abandon. I could see opuni of free years or Ontario, Canada, and or share. I could see a Darcy baby Ontario, Canada now all the way you are watching us from there. Kofi Nat. Ose masa, there's no sense in the Ngovoyi can made them in Tiasia the Omokano. I don't know which one now person can. So you can't be brain which issue. And also there's no sense in it. You know. Joseph Sunday also watching you from Krekrum in Senua. Okay. Michael Donkono we are for Ken. Ononen and Crawford they are also for Ken. Until Tiasia and your own so may take your own positions. They are for Ken. Stephen Tufuano say they are connected. He's fully connected. You can get connected to join a Ken campaign team. No, Omo Ghanaians in Philly. And now Omo Akam Omo so Omo the Omo Tuama Ken #1 on the ballot. Lovelace say, lawyer, I think that the decision by the National Council, no, I think the decision by the National Council, no, we decided it's our proxy issue. Yeah, now. I also think that they should avoid proxy votes and ask members to vote physically. No, so no, so now you know,
Is if you are mentioning in Kakra or no? And your pass, Mr. Jerry by Wabes chair, Prosino, what should be the case? You know, I don't see why I'm a member in US and they will not allow me to go and physically go and vote. What may I say? All along, you know, maybe if you say that is what is supposed to happen there. Now, if I'm in the US, I go for meeting at party office. Why should I still be voting by email? Do you get my point? Oh, yeah, electronic, the answer by all means they will steal. And it is by, let's put it on record, they said, mode of the voting, you know. And that is why the people are entertaining the fears, said, and they said that one, nobody will even sanction it. What may I say? Proxy voting doesn't mean that we should vote by email. No. Say Germany no more. Give them the opportunity. Say 2 delegate party of it because all along they also have places of meetings in Asifo. Let them gather over there and vote physically. That is proper proxy. I'm not sure that one anybody will be against. And that is the one I'm also proposing for. But say if I'm in the US, you are disenfranchising me and you still want me to vote by electronic, how can they count our vote?
Okay.
Is if you are what me I say.
Okay.
And that is where others are not in approval of. Omopia, more money in the email, omo physically. And that one, I'm sure, Ken's can, Japan's can, nobody will kick against it. And yes, I email vote.
That's a Ken camp, almost complaining, Dodo. Bibi Amber complaining,
Oh,
any
now
vote
if you are
complaining, proxy
now if you are with the
everything is
explanation,
good against the why.
David, with the explanation, why is it that 5 people are going into a contest and only one person is always on the other side, and 4 people are also on the other side? So, which
Who
means
is on one side? It's not been on one side.
David, all the decisions.
They are all on one side. I've not seen that. Almost support Ken complaints. No, I've not seen that.
Oh, but the evidence, okay. Some people from Baumians can be complaining, say the other people are complaining. Do you get my point? So, they know themselves. But I say, if you are with the explanation, you are my brother, ready by my. Many would see another fees of America or by proxy. What do me I say? But almost proxy, no, my definition say, yeah, my own to about.
Okay.
Over by email. In the email, no, maybe on New Jersey, Obi wa Washington, Obi there who said, wait to about, Mesoma. Do you get it? Because the vote is secret ballots. Wow. In the Sanka, in Kofu 50, in about 2 USA. Obi wa Chicago. You are not aware, you can't tell whether the person voted or didn't vote. It will be so more to Muyo. I say, you could see our party office. New, me fancy Washington, D.C. Oh, all the 50 states. We now move for Plenembra, Washington, D.C. Nayansa line. Nayan 2 American vote, Nayansa Nembra. If I don't think Ken's camp, Mr. Japan's camp, all the other camps, a champ or money as for they will be against it. They will even love it that way. But whereby we teach him in Crofonsa, Egu Omochi, so Omoya by email. Oh, my Yabakum said, Omoye no, move ma. So this is not the proxy voting. What do I say? Proxy voting, that is not fair. It's not proper voting. They should vote physically. But
I think I get your point. So proxy voting, that is not fair, no?
Exactly.
That's the word. Okay. But me the case I say the case in the comment I say Kennedy or in Japan ebeye oja and also so any idea omuhia. Kofi Asare says I think Ken's team is okay with the proxy situation. No, they said they are not okay with the proxy
the method of voting no proxy is different method no so different.
Okay. Most such say Ken is like Davido in the Bible, so any day ye protecting on one say more can. Bra Mike, mama, good evening, Akwaba.
Good evening, Stephen. I'm Patrick from Wayne.
Adum,
Patrick. You cheer for lawyer, so yeah, man, Akwaba. In Chichi Munich.
Maybe also. Thank you.
Stephen, me problem Ken ne about me or more. Me problem what US for no say one thing as at now. The air cost will US one say. Obi abe if US ban no be Canada. But ye koto aba no so ye nto aba no wie no na aba no enkyere nkomo a ekoso ho no me problem am wa no US for ye wo outside and Ghana for ye wo outside me kan say no yen yakoma no nyia no ye kyere se di kenechi but yen koto aba no wie no na adane I feel say honom na Mr. Jesse Maya on ne kasa say no o kasa
yeah what Jerry yeah
o fa Jerry o kan say the way a o hwe platform say wo US nyia obia ye for Ken and so ye nto aba no wie na adane no and yes you call it in person which a honum na me 100% because what is small executive say wa hanoma mo Ghana omudru Ghana de besi o de small obi o Ghana odru Ghana unim de besi say Ghana ye mo obi 200 300 kro betumi asesa na adwen e wo honum enti ene wa wo gina ha na to aba unim say metuma A metuma B eno ye kan aye nim say ahanom ne koye enti e hono de me no mo ya adwen na you can't say no the course or TV3 in there, Steph, you see, Monday no now can't be. Me know ya again kakra, but me know ya again fully. Yeah, academics, omun obia on the interest or obia fighting for the interest. You see, say ye or more kasa. Indeed, they speak the way we are saying they speaks the truth about sending near city. But interest nedia obia kumemwesha. And it's part of NIPA, it's part of nature. Nobody can take that away. Say, oh, Kasa, Stefia, oh, Kasa with a lot of motions about a new maybe. But oh, steady, wow, bet me, say, a drew baby, we interest in Kasa and Nankapasa, but a drew baby, we interest in the free home. No, why you would you man professionally to send your city. A honor no year near your problem, ma, yan academics nibino. Or more interest no overshadow professionalism, no. A told beer, I dare say, yes, ye say, na ekobia ye nya ye tumi aka se ekobi na nya brade ne ye no na opesa o twen adwun kosise bi asa this time an ye kan no na no na ne trade e kan asa this time aye kase se o kase Ghana enyoma ha cost no enya achievement for NDC then that means you are living in a different planet. Na sebi economics ne ye na o kan you are learning it from a different angle because asa this time aye kan se sebi o MPP and I was to say almost be pem sabria. Menya sure say MPP set good board. Menya sure say MPP was some ministers ebia you can say to say Mahama ministers have a difference. It could be ebia the same ministers but one or two changes. It's a whole new team number. New team bar most of times a year enthusiasm you can say a nipa who prepare near ninya can support my team or experience it great. And your my bed, which is no Mahama enjoy at this time. The empire here bonus because most of the times I been be as and yet idea ye different Ghana. But say if all cases is here and you no benefit man your master yeah. Now you see then creditor sebi you not MPP buy a day more a kufu do free teachers and say for no one year credit in the man. Okay. Yeah, because sebi a kufu do buy no be free teachers or buy no abobosia no we scared that baby. Until you see a group baby yes yeah this an your man ton chain yeah money panabaso ancient or more honing crime. Yenny sa political and no na Ghana and because we are baby because Obianya na dream say sebi may jami MPP not to no makasa idea we ya NDC there MPP munsu free on unique. O MPP nisu NDC nya na dream say or didn't from to atumu say idea we ya there senke ya ntwam and ye maintain MPP there na anka yakoye ni masinse.
Okay.
And yenya ya the politics na gum eti sebi me misu pa da bia misu ne say ye benya obi a Ghana ne dana koma so pa dia ebia in the next 400 years and ye be hu say sa nipa why dey waba because sa politics MPP NDC no say koso say ne AFC koso ya Steph ya acha 2 years ye be hu difference no e be sa ya be ye political pa na fe ye the way blame be ma way ye the blame be ma way ye the blame na fe ye tira nye ya ye achievement a ye hu ni beginning no yanko hwem na dollar na 14 na na 15 because obianye na adwen say ojatum say it me feel say do baby a yema fairness na you can criticize criticism there and sebi wa was ma da bia woka ye de uko gina aha kakra na ye de wa begina kakra eno no e base of nipa na wo hwe no ne lens a ehye no of course hanom no de woka onye ebia wo de wo hu ne saa but nipa ne lens ehye no and most of the times no that's how ema politics say there because all fan say near who nim nya no eno na ye no kra near ye watch and this time in the modern world no sebi first na Ukraine and to kwesi ho no ma anke ye betwen GBC ne na se for amoma ka che yo it is a Ukraine to kwesi ho now the Ukraine asem be ya asem a ebia na nipa na wo ko gina ho aka Ukraine asem a che no what ye na 4 days information is very easy to come back yeah train obi ama na be kan information nti edu ba bia o kasa na wa mana ye say sebi nkofo na o kasa kire omo no omo so omo nim de kakra a omo so tumi efa bibi kakra na nya na abo ama Ghana na ko na nim nti Steph ya kakra ba o mi last time dit to ba o mi o me madwim o me de me pai boni senka ken de berry ni say de bia o ka ya me kai me ken na me pe no but se ken kra we ni na me madwim no say the NDC aye no sebi o matumi maintain o mo ho de yakoye ni ma there will be no way I'm a bumpire say can M2 MP NDC free so that because nipa na why are there na yes ye man to aso but me the madwin minim say ba omia e hye ni trim 100% say or try so be anyway Now when him say obeko 12 years. Ni onim say dey be onrene a must. But or try say obetumi aye dey as sustaining ne ho obe making yourself relevant e wo MPP nim say dey be ya.
No asan akobiem.
Exactly, because if see I will lose way now, that means that power no a free inside can na eba be inside no can stand on it say obey day and I still stand by it say ne win ni nyia no say ba me obetumi aba power ejina NDC losing and na da na me can na me brave nti ase obeke NDC anye terrible mistakes and it's part of politics.
Okay, very
Trump,
well.
Trump, oh man, your mistake. I think Trump will bet me about. You see, that's how I sit here. Into Baumia, there. Say NDC anye mistake. I want me Emma Baumia me but Ken, he has a huge chance. Or no, will be a mistake. No, be you. Ninsema Okano. It told you to nasu. Baumia oni some for be obeka. Instead, if you are cramming canon, me that's it.
Hey, Baumia, so there was. I want to Baumia ni ase for probia. Obeka na to ma right Baumia ofukra. Ibrahim Abdul Mumuni say, or see if you name which part of the, I don't know if it's a constitution that your MPP4 constitution say 25-1 say registered voter who due to ill health will be able to vote on the polling day, and I say B is absent from the constituency, will be unable to vote on the polling day not less than 14. Pacho Abdul I don't know exactly which MPP constitution I suspect say will quote, I think he's quoting something to support proxy voting. The case say Professor Jampo the first one in Nyansache will be ours as so. Now our colleagues say small girls we ni panel court and a lawyer catch on withdraw also no withdraw no comment in advice because any final thoughts now if say
yeah, it's a fancy. Yeah, that's to say, I'm Brennan Brain, Yeshiana, Yedi, and Wabon. After saying, you may be a bosso. And let people also know, sir, on your show, from time to time, you criticize it, both NDC and MPP. From time to time, when government of the day is doing something, we praise them. When the opposition is also doing something, we praise them also. Yeah, all the time, no, about one way, because who praise the way, no, way, yeah. For instance, on your show, no, several, at least, yeah, buying way, apaso bebre. Inflation, drop it back down, see, wow. I appreciate it. Back down here, buying na baso. And BB to say good body, so I'm what to buy. We first say unless it's choking some successes anyway. Near say some feeling and Crawford also yeah, my baso. So we just want Ghanaians to be rest assured. Say, our platform is a huge one. You use it. You give the opportunity for people to be educated, people to be enlightened here and there. Yeah, one pie so say one advice in your opportunity and now my the last time my advice NDC for and then MPP for the NABA ye to leadership and say and pen aya omuntie omunchi tar for what me I say what majority want even I discussion so gaye who said even with the pros in the crown yeah, more control physically with America, no, and Germany, no, and we know. Or not America, no, bet me, yes, you are on to Kukum, on fire email. No, Chino, why now, or Ghana, ha. By all means, you can't even know the number of people who are voting. And the neck cannot say that one will not, that system will not happen. No, betray media. And you're born neck and abaso because Obia and Bejina on cassette. Made him for 15 a buyer. I counted 100, and I'm the 15 about no, I counted less than that. But saying many me are not come more to physically dear, and then I can project vote. That is the best thing to do. I think that will be all for today.
You.
But that's it.
Time Kwame Kwesi and see officially has withdrawn advice or the man Professor Jampo no withdraw. Say more on kwajeje asem emma ni bebre yi omuti so withdraw nti ono enye de person so person court fine on court to fine and Ofori Attah issue no say na ono ama the punchline say ade asem no Ofori Attah nya de obeba ono a shopetita krema Ofori Attah oma because the NDC dey omo campaign message say ba chichi we mu no which means the OSP and the onya Ofori Attah be jailing to Ofori Attah oma that's what lawyer is saying say from his experience why you do more court near there? He can tell us idea with case we say never case we say never. He's predicting second Ofori Attah. Oh ma. Nti he can Ofori Attah wanted in the any OSP we wanting a check. Ma nti uzabo. My enda mu nyina say na mo join here we just media. So Yakopon Yardman next week we have another good show I dey ebe mam ni nyina for Ghana. You better build the Ghana na Ghana so I find it to my prefer because this is the only Ghana we know. This is the only Ghana we have. Nti Yakopon Yardman next week. You better say I said that Kesen Koma production team no Mesa Kojo Hansi and San and a DJ All Black. If I'm a Vim lady, Yakopon Yardman next week. This has been okay. 101.7 FM. Any your partner radio stations or more pick broadcasting ma obiaso etibin. Nti Adamu nyina ma say good night. Good night. Good night.